Good morning, everyone. We are here live, and most of this will be screen share, if not all of it. I'm going to talk to you and show you how to do writing style font on top of the regular font with the Heidi Swapp font. That was in the Heidi Swapp cartridge, was in the June mystery box. A lot of you purchased it, and you might not have received it yet, but you will soon. Hello, Joanna and Angela. If you guys are here, please comment. If you're on an iPad or iPhone, you have to scroll down to the bottom and see the little tiny words that say live chat. Click on that and you'll be able to chat with us. And first I'm going to, hi Sally. First I'm going to show you what I'm doing and talk a little bit about it. And then I'm going to take questions. Okay, so questions kind of about what the video is about writing style, or I'm using Design Space 3. If some of you don't know how to get Design Space 3, I put a link to it in the description because some of you are just using the old Design Space and you don't know how to update it. All you do is go to the other link, and you can use both Design Space 2 and Design Space 3 at this time. So I want to give a shout out to Lori, Natasha, Leanne, Karen, Joan, Miss Superklutz, Linda McCool, sorry, Pam Love, Elodie, Rodriguez, Diane, Maria, Victoria, Karen, Georgia, Sherry, Jennifer, Maud, Linnell, Arlene. Thank you guys for joining us. Raylyn, Kathy. Okay, I can't keep saying names. Otherwise, this video would be about shouting out names. And good morning, Ashley. So when you do have questions, please put them in all caps so I can see them clearly. I do have moderators watching, and they're going to help boot off the trolls. And I'm going to make someone else a moderator. Angela, you are now a moderator. You are always in the live videos. Good morning, Bonnie and Cass and Mary and Vivian and Felrika. Okay. If you have questions, put them in caps, but try to hold your questions. So today it's about this font, the Heidi Swapp font. And as you can see right here, I have it. This is what I've done already. And I'm going to show you how to do this. So these lines here are writing style. I have it closed off over here. And they're all attached. So when I go to make it, it will write right on top of here. And you can just click the Make It button. And you can see a lot of people are afraid to know if it's attached or the score line is not attached. All you have to do is click Make It, or in the old one you click Go, and you can see on the mat, it's all on one mat. They're right on top of each other. Good morning, Stacy. I got to meet Stacy Steger yesterday. She came to my house to visit. Okay, so we're going to, I'm going to try to not read the chat right now, guys, because then I get distracted. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to click text. And the text always pops up down here at the bottom, and I'm going to type good morning, because it is a good morning, right? Okay, this is the font it just starts at, and this is not the font we want. So we're going to click up here in Design Space 3. It's up at the top. I'm going to click right here, and it brings up all the fonts. I don't want to search through all these fonts because there's a lot of them. So I'm going to go up here to search the fonts and just type in Heidi, and I get the font. And it says $6.99 as if I have to buy it, but I already have the cartridge linked, so I don't have to buy this, even though it has a price. So there it is. Now I'm going to close off all of these. That's this one. See, when you highlight this, it shows everything it's together in one. And just for the purposes of this video, we're just going to hide it. There's no need to have all that mess over there in the corner. So now in Design Space 3, you can hide it. And with this font, with a lot of the Cricut fonts, I love the Cricut fonts. It has a back layer, and they're usually hidden. Like all you see here is the good morning. But I can click over here. I just clicked that I. See? I can hide the top layer. That's what I did on this one, just because it makes it easier. And let me make this bigger. There. Now you can see the pink behind it. This is not a huge offset on this font. Some fonts have a really big offset. Some have a background where, like in the O's, it's solid. Hi, Bobby. So for this one, we are going to hide that one. And I'm going to change the color. Let's make it that color for now. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to do the writing style. You know what? First, I want to do letter spacing. So up here, it says VA right here. You can put the letters closer together. And so I'm going to leave them like that. I'm probably going to edit them a little bit more. So right now, I'm going to duplicate this. And duplicate is over here in the Layers panel at the top right. So click Duplicate. Okay, now that I have this duplicated, I'm going to go back up here where it says Style. So here's Font and here's Style. And I'm explaining this more because I don't have arrows like I do in my other videos that I can show you. So it's harder to see where I'm at. So I'm going to click on Writing. So it changes it to a writing style. Now I want to put this writing right on top of the words. Now this isn't something you have to do. You can just have this writing right on top of a card or anything. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I just did this in my recent card I made with the Heidi Swapp font and the party foil. So I wanted to show you how to do that. So this isn't something you have to do. So first, I'm going to ungroup this and move these where I want them. And there's different ways to ungroup now. You can click up here, and this will, you can ungroup to the letters. Let me show you what these mean. So I'm going to ungroup to the letters. So now each letter is ungrouped, but they're still with, whoops, I hid that. They're still with their layers. So that's what that means. So it's ungrouped, but the layers are not ungrouped. Now, if I were to take this letter N, the only option I have is to ungroup to layers. So now it's ungrouped. So that's what those mean. Let me go back because I'm just going to undo because I don't want to do that. I was just showing it to you. Okay, there, go back into spot. Okay. And I don't want to ungroup to layers. Let's put it back. Well, actually I can. Now where are these all going? Okay, there we go. All right, so it's ungrouped to the different letters. You can ungroup lines if you have 2 lines. And if you want to see that after I do this part, let me know in the chat and put all that stuff that you want me to make sure I see in caps. So if I have this all like this, I can ungroup the layers also where the layers all stay together. Okay, but let's do this. Now we have these. I want to move these around because I'm going to weld this together. So I want these to touch. And I know some people don't like to do this. They think it should be automatic, but I kind of enjoy this. This, I think, is fun. I like to design this way. I guess it's not the thing for everyone. Okay, that looks good. Actually, I'm going to take this and weld this. Once you weld, you cannot unweld unless you do undo. I think I'm going to do something like this. Okay, and you no longer have to go around the entire box like that. All you have to do is touch the letters. Like, I only have to do a box like that, and it'll automatically accept them all. So I'm going to weld these. So, good morning. Okay, now I'm going to weld those. Okay, now I want this writing to fit on there. So we're going to ungroup. Now you can ungroup it this way, or you can ungroup it up here in the layers panel in the top right. Okay, so then I'm going to, now see, this does not fit this exactly. So what I'm going to do is unlock this lock and just maneuver it. There you go. That's all I had to do. But the reason I like this is because this font is like a real handwriting. Like I'm not positive, but I think it's Heidi Swapp's handwriting. How cool is it to have Heidi Swapp write your cards? I think it's pretty cool. Now, do you guys see what I'm doing? Do you see how easy this is? So I'm gonna just stretch that out and put it in the middle. Can everyone see okay? This one, the I is not dotted right. So I'm gonna stretch it out. There we go. There. Okay, now let's see what happens. I have not attached it or done anything, but it all looks pretty good. So let's click make it. Let's check our work. Uh-oh, it didn't work. That's not what we want. And it did this okay. And it has this one okay because I attached it. But that's not good. So what I have to do is, whoops, I can't do this because I was touching the P right there, the H. So let's move that out of the way. And we can hide this too. Where's this at? Oh, it's right here, it's highlighted. So if we want to hide this, right here it says attached because this isn't attached. I can just click that I right there and it hides it all. We don't have to hide all of these individually like before. We can just hide it all. Okay. Let's make this bigger too. What was I doing? Oh, I'm going to attach. So I have them all selected here and I'm clicking attach. Okay, now let's hit make it. So now it's good. That's what we want. Okay, now I'm going to, oh, hi, Lori. I'm going to go and check some of the chat. Everyone's saying good morning. Okay, Elodia? I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. I'm sorry if I'm not. How do I only cut half of the image Happy, not birthday. Okay. Let's bring it back. Oh, it's right here. I had to find it. So I have this attached together. So if you just want to do the happy, you have to detach. The detach is down here in the layers panel all the way down at the bottom. Okay, now let's see what that detached. Okay, what that did is it detached the writing to it. But let me see. Let me take that away. Okay. I had to see what was attached. So the happy is, it just depends on how you do it, to be honest. When I did the happy birthday, attached the writing, I attached it all together. Like I went like this. Well, no, whoops. I went like this and attached it. But you can just click that and attach that so it has the writing. I can even change the color. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. But you can change the color of it or anything. You can also change the color of the writing. So then if you just want to do the happy, you just, oh, let me attach these because I detached it. Then you just hide everything else. And I can hide this. And then you just do the happy. Okay, I'm checking the chat again. You can separate and move around the words. Let me add some more words. What should I add? I'm gonna add more words because I'm so creative. Okay, these are in the writing style because that's what I last used. Okay, here you can, okay. Can you barely see this? They're getting closer together. Put the letters together. Okay, so an easier way to do this is let's ungroup the lines. So now it has this line and this line. If I want to, I'm just going to ungroup these over here. Let's move that over. And I'm going to group that. So I'm going to group this word. Move these closer. Oh, wait. Let's make that A up there. Okay. Move that closer and group that together. So I could do add more words. You can create anything you want. I know a lot of people buy SVGs of just fonts and words when really you can make them yourself. Like I could even, oh, I can't change the font after I did ungrouped it and everything. But let's do some more. I want these to be regular. And change them to different layers. Ungroup to lines. And I can make this one a different font. I don't know what font I want to make it. Let's just change it to a different font. This font also has a background layer. See how you can do that? Okay, I'm going to read chat again. How do you center different lines of text in Design Space 3? Great question. Okay, let's do this. And we're going to click Align. So it's up here. Align, center horizontally. You can distribute. Let's mess them up a little. Okay. You can distribute vertically. That means it'll put that in the middle, but it puts it in the middle from this top point to the bottom point. So sometimes you might have to change that a little bit. Distribute horizontally. That means it'll put them in order, like it's easier with images than words. All right, line right, align top, moves them all on top of each other. Let's undo. So that's how you do that. Zoe is asking, is this how you do Design Space now? I don't really understand the question. It's how, yeah, this is Design Space 3. This is how it works. Oh, and Lori says, yes, this is Heidi Swapp's handwriting. Lori's a friend of Heidi Swapp's. I thought it was, but I wasn't positive. You can use any font you want, you have on your computer, but unless it's a writing font or a Cricut font, it might not have the writing style. I think there are a few fonts out there that have a writing style, but not many at all. I've only found Cricut fonts that do. So if you're looking for the writing style, you have to, like this one, I don't know if this, oh, it does. This one does have one. And a lot of the old Cricut fonts, some of them look different than the font you're actually looking at. Jamie is reminding everyone to hit the thumbs up on the video. Thanks, Jamie. And another reminder, subscribe to my channel. I have so many people that watch my channel that are not subscribed. When I hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to have an awesome giveaway, including the Cricut plush, the green 14-inch Cricut plush will be one of the giveaways, and you can't get that anywhere. Okay, are there any other questions? Okay, how do you align a word with a tail, like on the Y or G that hang down? You do it the same way. There's no difference. Like the happy, you can move them. You can ungroup them and move them where you want them. Okay, Mary's asking, sometimes I cut the text when I've attached it to a shape. What are the steps so that doesn't happen? Okay, I think what you're doing, Let's do this one and let's just turn that off. Okay, so here's a word and you attach it to a shape. So, oh, that's text, it's shape. I don't do a lot of live tutorial videos. And I guess I should do more. Okay, so this is what I think you're doing. We're going to arrange that to the front and attach that. Attaches down here at the bottom. It used to be at the top, but now it's at the bottom. So where these words are, let me make it bigger for you. That's going to cut. There's nothing about this that's going to write. These words will cut out of it because you attached it to the shape. That's what you told it to do. Okay, now I'm fighting with it. Go back. If you want it to write, see over here in the layers panel? If you want it to write, you can go over here and change it to write. And this is also where you can change the font color, the writing color. So now over here in the layers panel, you can see this W, I changed it to write. So now it'll write. If you just take the regular cut ones and attach it to something, it will cut out. Hopefully that answered your question. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Do you guys want me to do more live videos like this? Jennifer Davis is asking what software I use to show my computer. I'm using YouTube, Google Hangout, sharing my screen. It's just YouTube. When you go to DS3, Design Space 3, will you lose saved projects from Design Space 2? No, you will not. I also have information because Jamie brought this up. Are you going to have to change all of your old file names? Because I share all my files. I have hundreds of files I share with the people who support me on Patreon. So they have pages of links to Design Space 2 files of my old files. And when you click those, they take you to Design Space 2. When Design Space 3 replaces Design Space 2, they will then open in Design Space 3. There's nothing I have to do because I was worried about going and changing hundreds of files. But I don't have to do that. Anything you create in Design Space 3 will also be available in Design Space 2. They will not disappear. Okay, my chat just went away. Like it didn't go away, but it moved. So I lost my place. Okay. Charlotte says she sees me moving the letters closer together. Can you move them up and down? Yes, that's the letter spacing this way. See, the VA is this way, and then this one line spacing. That will move it up and down. Or you can ungroup the lines. It's much easier to ungroup the lines and then move the whole word. I did show that in the video. So if you missed that, you can rewatch the first part. Yeah, Zoe, this is the new update and it's available to everybody. There is a link to this in the description of the video. Okay, and some of these questions I think I've answered because I'm not caught up yet. Okay, yes on the live video tutorials. Thanks, Jamie. Okay, Mary, you're saying it looks like it'll still cut like this. It's not going to because you can see over here in the layers panel, it's a pen. It's just going to write that. Joanna Lynch is asking me if they will redo the print option in the Design Space 3. Do you mean the print option where you can't choose settings? Like on a Mac? Can't choose settings? I don't like it at all. And yes, I told them this is a must, and they're working on it. They know about that problem and they're working on it. This is still in beta, and they had some people don't understand that they didn't just hit a button and move everything over to a new website and change the looks like you can on a website. It's completely different. They rebuilt it totally from scratch. They're using HTML5 instead of Flash, which means it's completely different. They don't have the same options. They have to do everything differently. That's why it took so long. I want to thank Cricut employees for working as hard as they do and working so much, trying to get this everything that we want it to be. Why doesn't the score tool score in DS3? I think it does. I think it depends on your machine too. Yes, you can save files in DS2 and reopen them in DS3. Thanks, Bobby, for sharing the link for Design Space 3. Terrence is asking, do you know the name of the font that when you cut out the word in a shape, it leaves the tag so you don't have to save the center of the letters, like the O's and that. I do. I don't know if I have it on this computer. I forget the name. Stencil. What is the name of that one? I forget the name of it. But there are some like that. And I think, is there a stencil one? Does Cricut have one? Okay. Black Troop stencil, that's one I downloaded. Doodle type is kind of like that. Mondo Fonts, Beiju stencil. Mondo Fonts, Memphis stencil. These stencil ones do that. Stencil, a single layer one. Wednesday stencil. But there's one that doesn't have the word stencil in it. I'll try to, if I can remember, I'll let you know. Sometimes the slice option won't work. Do you know why? I've never had the slice option not work for me when I wanted to do it correctly. Like if I were to take this and add a shape and select this, it's not going to work. Slice option isn't there because it's more than one layer. You can only slice 2 layers at a time. And for one, this font has 2 layers, even though it's not showing it has 2 layers. Let's detach it. Okay. Slice options there. I didn't think it should be because that was writing. Huh. I didn't know you could slice with writing. You couldn't before. But slice options there too. So usually, sometimes you can if there's a score line attached or something you don't really notice is attached, or there's 2 layers and you don't really see them. That's the only reason it doesn't work. If it's not working for you, you need to check ungroup, unattach, everything. Please do more live videos. Okay, I will. because it's really easy because I don't have to edit. I spend days editing videos. Okay. Let me go back up to the chat. Joanna says, my print and cut looks like crap when I use DS3. That's because you can't put the settings to the best quality. And they're working on that. They better work on that before they release it, and that's the only option we have. But I believe they will. Anita's asking, why does the writing style change looks when you want it to write versus cut? Like on the Heidi Swapp one, it doesn't. And I think maybe on the newer ones it doesn't. But there's a lot of old Cricut fonts that then when they released the writing, they had to just, they wanted to add more writing style fonts. So they just put writing style fonts with different ones. And that's why, because they might not have been created by the same artist, or they just, some writing you can't do just like the other font. Like this is her handwriting, so that's different, but it's just not possible for some of them. Right, Mary, no more shockwave errors. And you guys are seeing this in real time. So this is much quicker than the old one. I'm streaming a live video while sharing my screen in Design Space. And I have like, how many tabs do I have open? Where's my tabs? There they are, they're hiding. I have like 15 tabs open in my Chrome browser. Okay, I'm reading the questions. Thank you, Mary. Shirley, on Windows computers, she says, can't you put the printer to best quality outside of DS and then it will still be set to the best? On Mac, it's different, I think. I haven't found that. Foil acetate, I can't get that to cut in DS3. Any suggestions? I haven't cut that yet, but try the poster board setting. Poster board plus. And for those of you in this video, just a tip that I shared in my Facebook group, Cricut Design Space with Melody Lane. If you have cardstock and it's not cutting all the way through on cardstock plus, like if you have like maybe 110 pound or just really thick cardstock, you can put it on fabric plus, the notch right after fabric, and it's the same pressure as cardstock, but it'll cut it twice. Maud is asking, is there a way you can make the score line score 2 to 3 times? Sure. Go to shapes, let's add a score. Okay, let's just add it to this, change the color so we can see it. Okay. Say I want to score this in the middle. We're gonna align it center. Okay, and take that score line. I'm going to duplicate it. And I want it right in the same spot. So I'm going to align that center. So now I have 2 score lines there, and I'm going to attach it. It will now score twice. And you can do it 10 times if you want. Just as many times as you put down the score line. So if you already have a project with a score line, you can just, let's detach it. Because maybe it's not in the center or something. You can just line it up as close as possible and attach it. I'm reading the comments and not just sitting here quietly. For those of you watching the replay, sorry about this. This is why I did my stuff first before asking questions. Okay, I don't see a lot of questions. So I want to thank you guys. And I also want to send you to another video. Lori Nunemaker just uploaded the no-sew zipper fringe pouch with the Cricut Explorer. It is so cute. And I also want you to know, let me put a link to that video. Oh, I have it right here, it popped up for me. And click like on the videos you like. And if you don't like a video, don't watch the video and don't watch the person anymore. I'm putting in chat Lori's video. Do you guys want to see my craft room? I say this because it's really clean right now. So I just shared Lori's video. It's really cute. It's not live or anything. It's just uploaded on her channel. Go subscribe to her channel too. Okay, you want to see my, okay, I'm going to stop this video then because I'm going to do the live video from my phone. So I can walk around and show it to you better. Okay, so I want to thank you all for coming. Thank you guys for moderating. And maybe I'll do once a week live videos. Is this time good? Do you guys want to do Saturdays? I can't promise it would be done every time. But maybe I could do a quick Design Space tutorial like I did today. Comment in the video after it's uploaded. We don't see these comments now. I mean, I see them now, but we don't see them after the video is live. Not live, I mean. So please comment afterwards, like the video, and subscribe. And if you're subscribed and click that bell, you should get notification when I start my craft room video, which will be in a few minutes. All right, guys. Thank you. Now I have to figure out how to stop it because I don't even see my video anymore. Okay. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Bye.